Guys, I'm going to show you three fantastic spring PNG digital product ideas that you should be listing up for. And what's really good about spring, and it's a distinction from Easter. Obviously, you got your Easter listings, but spring is slightly different. And the good thing about spring is that it does last a little bit longer than Easter. And you could also get those sales repeating itself year on year. And there's a lot of sellers that do that, especially when you go for those specific digital products, the designs that do sell year on year. But guys, as usual, if you love videos like this, please hit the like, subscribe, smash the notification bell so you can get more of these videos in your feed. Anyways, let's check it out. So the first thing I've done is I just typed in spring PNG so I can get all of those fabuloso digital products to see. And we're looking at page one. And as usual, I just like to go down, right? One thing I will say is there's look at designs and look at trends, right? See what's working, see what's emerging, and there's always things that are actually starting out and emerging. One thing you'll know about spring is that flowers are one of the main themes, and this is what you have to really understand. And it does represent spring really well. So having something designed that includes flowers is a really good one that can sell year on year. But if we look at these, we can just see what's going on. You got these really cool what do they call them? I forgot what they're called. Those boots, Wellington boots, right? Those Wellington boots with the flowers inside, which are really nice. You got 31 sales right there. This one's been listed up for quite a long time, but gets those regular sales. Really cool boots with the flowers. You got these spring. You got the spring, if you like. Bundle here again with the words hello spring. You can imagine people buying this is a year old actually, so this is starting to sort of sell again this spring, and it's probably been selling from last spring as well. And these are the things that you have to think about when you're creating listings, is that what am I going to have for all the different times of the year? Halloween, yes, you got Halloween, Christmas, Easter, Valentine's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, but also think about those times of the year, right? Autumn, right? Spring, summer, winter. These are also important milestones that you should be listing up for. So, there's a distinction from Christmas and winter. They're slightly different. They can be kind of crossover. There can be a crossover, but they're also different. So just be aware of that when you are listing up. So coming down, you can see these fabulous, beautiful florals, spring flowers, daffodils, that kind of thing. Sometimes when you got 1 month old listings, the data's not going to be there. This is fabulous. We'll touch on that in a minute. This bestseller, Spring Cottage, 47 sales, 3 month old listing. That is cool. I really like the way they've done that. They've listed up a bit earlier than the time. It's got 47 sales. It's 11.38 conversion rate, which is pretty cool as well. So that's a good one. And all the elements of spring, obviously, in a little clip art bundle there. Coming down, you got some interesting. We're not going to look at the bunny rabbits because I don't want to look at Easter. I'm looking at spring more specific, right? We're being spring specific now. Again, you got a few bundles here. You got the springtime planning, which looks, where's that gone? That's gone. You got the spring planner clip art watercolor. You got this other spring planner one, right? There seems to be some common themes there. Bubbly spring is there. So you want to also, as you're sifting and looking at the ones that are sort of selling, you're trying to gauge and see what's actually working as well. And that's the thing. You do it earlier than the time, see what's working, right? Keep coming down. You got all these really nice florals, Easter florals, they call it. But remember, we're just specific to spring. Okay. Keep coming down. There's a lot of flowers, right? Obviously spring flowers, but also you got these. This is a good one with some elements. Now this one, again, it's got 12 sales, been selling from last year. It's got spring elements, whether it be the insects, the snails, ladybird, fence flower, anything that they can think of really that are elements that could be, represented for spring. These spring trucks, these trucks, they did quite well over Christmas. Coming back again, this is quite nice. I like the spring wonderland sort of idea. That's quite cool. But I think it's mainly sort of that sort of floral flower season sort of idea. Sometimes you can be a bit more specific and a bit more niche, if we call it. And like this one's called the tulip spring, which is all things tulip in that sort of pink flavor with spring. or you can go like with just all kinds of flowers. So there's many things that you could do. Um, this is quite nice actually. This is a good one. It's been selling from last year, and it's got different elements within it, and it's got the flowers. So books with flowers, boots with flowers, bucket with flowers, bike with flowers. Again, people, I can imagine people liking that because it's a bundle and people could use it for various things, right? Now, although sometimes we might look at this and think, okay, in some of these the numbers are not fantastic, but believe you me, if you do enough listings, it all adds up, and it all contributes to the sort of the pot at the end of the month. And this is so important. And you want to do these as evergreens. Sometimes these are evergreen spring digital products where it will sell year on year and they just keep selling. It's like passive income. So definitely list up specific for spring, having those keywords within it, the spring keywords. But let's have a look at a specific listing, one that I think is doing quite well, and I believe it's a good one. So let's check this out. Let's check out this listing. It's a bestseller bomb, 20 plus in a basket. Nice. It's got some nice elements to it. Really cool. I can imagine people liking this actually. Lots of nice different elements, spring elements, house, cute house, little basket with flowers, boots with flowers. Remember these elements, they come up, right? Watering can, these are things that people like, and it's in a nice little collection. Let's have a look and see how much you're making. Good keywords there, spring clip art. Don't forget cottage core. People look for certain keywords, by the way. So as much as possible, remember, very important to get good keywords in your title, your tags, your product description. Remember that always, and especially if your sort of angle is spring, spring has to be there. And sometimes even I would put maybe the elements in there. So you might have the basque florals, I might say flowers or florals in there as well. And you do actually, sorry, they have got florals, which is good. That's good. They got florals, watercolor, which is good. You might have a cottage, you might have a farm, things like that, depending on what you're selling. But there are keywords that do quite well. Analyze the listing. Let's see how much it's making. This one's making $470, guys. This is really good. Really good. 3-month-old listings, just pretty much recent, started out, ready, geared up for this spring. And already that one listing's making $470. And this is why I say spring is a really good one to do. And the thing about this one, I can imagine this one selling next year as well. And spring is like 3-4 month period, and so unlike Halloween and Easter, you're gearing up for that specific time, and it kind of sort of slows down after that. This is when you're going for those times of the year, like autumn, like spring, like winter, it gives it a bit more time for you to sell as well. So not too bad. Good. 470. Again, I keep saying, imagine you've got 10 different variations of this, so you've got the sort of red style, if you like, of the watering can and the boots. Maybe if you got sort of that pink flavor, or of the mushroom as well, slightly different, or boho style. Again, if it works, it works. You can do different variations, different colors work as well, and that could be quite good. So yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, here's another one. I like gnomes. Gnomes do really well all the time, whether it be Christmas, Halloween. They just perform. So look, guys, always have some kind of gnomes there in your collection of listings somehow. Remember, it's the gnomes with covered eyes. It's a specific look to it, so do check out the gnomes properly. But like I said, covered eyes ones. But again, spring flavor, flowers, again, that floral, and the hat's got that floral flavor. Really nice. And again, it's these ones that kind of sell all the time. These things will give you lots of sales, sometimes little sales, sometimes good sales, but they'll keep chipping away. And you need these other foundations of your store, right? For digital products, you need foundations, things that just sell all the time. And these are, if you like, your evergreens. But in this case, it's a spring evergreen. And again, it's a really good one, good idea. But I definitely suggest you have some gnomes, within your collection of listings. But I like this one. It will get you the sales on a regular basis. But nice, simple, easy to do. Like I said, if we just look at the sort of how much it's making, let's see. Okay, and the final idea I wanted to touch on is definitely have some kind of flowers within your listings, right? These are like just wildflowers. Wildflowers are quite popular, by the way, specifically wildflowers, but these can work really well. Sometimes people use it, maybe not this image, but they can use it for their borders, for like, cards and things like that. So, definitely look at the style of the wildflowers that you do create, but they are so the simplest things to create and list up, right? And having a collection of wildflower flowers always does help, and they can sell all year round. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a spring thing, although for spring people do notice it more, and they do tend to buy them. But I definitely think that having flowers generally is one of those evergreens that sell all the time. There are specific digital products out there that are sold that people buy just all the time for various reasons, and this is one of them. So definitely have a collection of flowers, different types, definitely wildflowers. But then it could be different types of flowers that you find, yeah? Roses and other specifics. Poppies also can be quite popular. So you can go specific and niche down as well and do collections of those. But let's have a look at this 12 PNG wildflower. How much is it actually making? It's making $221. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Imagine you've got 10 of these, right? 10 different variations. That's over $2,000. So this is the kind of idea. You're chipping away, and this is what you need to do with your store. You need to understand that it's having the volume of listings, and each listing has a job to sell in a certain place, certain time of year, and so on. And this is how you get the volume of sales. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, please hit the like, subscribe, smash the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.